Every parent wants their child to succeed in life, the dreams that they couldn't achieve themselves. They want their children to realize on their behalf. But there's one thing that can come in the way of your child's success, and that's ADHD. ADHD is a condition where a child experiences trouble paying attention and controlling impulsive behaviors. Although there are medications for ADHD that can help treat its symptoms, most of these don't come without side effects. Since ADHD is a problem associated with children of usually a very young age, the possibility of side effects is sometimes too much to bear for parents. That's where alternative therapies and natural remedies come to the rescue. Not only are these therapies totally safe, but the latest research supports their effectiveness in treating ADHD. In this video, we're going to look at the top 7 tips and techniques to treat ADHD without medication. If you enjoy these types of health and wellness videos, consider subscribing to our channel. Welcome to Wellness, as we release several new videos each week. Need for alternative therapies. Let's face it, we have become too reliant on medication. From common colds to headaches, from a little indigestion to mild insomnia. It seems a lot easier to just swallow a few magic tablets to make everything fine again. While taking nothing away from the importance of medication, especially for serious illnesses, it is also a fact that this instant relief from the symptoms doesn't come without a price. Most of these medicines come with side effects that are often not mentioned on the packaging. There are many drugs out there that can improve the symptoms of ADHD. These drugs work by balancing out and enhancing neurotransmitters. In case you were wondering, neurotransmitters are the chemicals responsible for signal transmission between neurons throughout our bodies. Usually, 2 main types of drugs are prescribed for ADHD. The first type are the stimulants that can help with focus and ignoring distractions. The other type is the non-stimulants, like bupropion, which usually are a backup to stimulants in case the stimulants are too strong for the child, or another medical condition prevents their usage. There's no denying that these drugs have been found effective in improving concentration in most cases, but they can also lead to serious side effects like mood swings, sleep problems, loss of appetite, and even heart problems. An Australian study published in 2010 raises further concerns over ADHD medication, which found that not only drugs weren't effective in treating attention and behavior problems, but they also contribute to higher diastolic blood pressure and slightly lower self-esteem in children. Considering these side effects, many parents around the world are concerned about the well-being of their children and want to go for an alternative treatment for ADHD instead. Luckily, there are many such therapies and treatments for ADHD that can help with the symptoms and potentially treat ADHD. Let's look at 7 strategies and tips to deal with ADHD without medication. Number 1. It all starts with diet. To treat ADHD, promoting brain health and improving neurotransmitter function takes precedence over everything else. But how do we go about doing that? By fixing up our diet, of course. For a healthy brain, it is of paramount importance to keep our nutrient game strong, while a balanced diet consisting of fruits and vegetables, minimally processed grains, and healthy fats should be our priority. We need to make sure that we are consuming a good amount of quality proteins, omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, and minerals such as zinc and magnesium, as the deficiency of these nutrients have been found to have a strong connection with the prevalence of ADHD. A study reported on WebMD found that kids with ADHD had lower levels of omega-3s in their blood. The reverse might also be true, and increasing the omega-3s in the diet may improve the symptoms. Similarly, a 2016 study on the correlation of magnesium with ADHD found that 72% of the children with ADHD were deficient in magnesium. On the other hand, food colorings and preservatives should be avoided as they could trigger hyperactive behavior. Sodium benzoate is one such preservative found in carbonated beverages and salad dressings. Number 2. Avoid allergens. If the symptoms of your child seem to become worse every time he's force-fed milk, then it's best to stop doing that, since he might be allergic to milk. It has been observed that when people with ADHD are exposed to allergens, their symptoms become worse. In addition to milk, people can develop allergies to eggs, chocolate, foods containing salicylates, like berries, apple, chili powder, plums, and oranges, and also chemical preservatives like BHT and BHA. Even if you're not sure whether your child has food allergies, it's best to avoid these foods and see whether it helps ease the symptoms or not. Number 3. Exercise isn't for fitness only. Exercise can indeed help burn calories, but that's just one of the many benefits that it has to offer. One of the lesser-known benefits of exercise is its potential to ease ADHD symptoms, according to the research of Dr. Matthew B. Pontifex, an assistant professor of kinesiology at Michigan State University. A few minutes of physical activity a day is enough to significantly improve the focus and concentration of children with ADHD. Dr. Matthew arrived at this conclusion thanks to his research that got published in the Journal of Pediatrics. In his research, he and his colleagues took 40 elementary school children and divided them into two groups. Among these 40, half of them were diagnosed with ADHD. One group was made to stride on a treadmill for 20 minutes, while the other group quietly read a book during the same time. After that, the children were given math and comprehension tests, and their performances were compared. Regardless of whether they had ADHD or not, the exercise group performed significantly better on tests. These results were so groundbreaking that Dr. Matthew didn't shy away from claiming that exercise might be a frontline thing to consider in the treatment of ADHD. Number 4. Time to give sleep its due importance. We humans tend not to appreciate things that do not cost us anything. If the government started charging money for sleep hours, I guarantee you that we'd not be watching Netflix at midnight. Even if the government doesn't take this step, the growing cases of ADHD should ring the alarm bells. Ruth Gruber found the correlation between sleep deprivation and ADHD and published her research in Pediatrics in 2012. She's an assistant professor of psychiatry and director of the Attention, Behavior, and Sleep Lab at McGill University. During the study, she and her colleagues studied sleep's impact on 34 children between the ages of 7 and 11. What she found out should wake every parent up. According to her findings, even half an hour of extra sleep can keep kids from being restless at school and could improve their behavior. Some things that could improve sleep quality and quantity include going to bed at the same time every day, avoiding screens before bedtime, and keeping the bedroom dark and cool. Number 5. Meditation, mindfulness, and yoga. Considering the many benefits that meditation and yoga have, they should be a part of your daily routine regardless of whether you or your child have ADHD or not. That being said, these activities do seem to have special healing effects for people with ADHD. One study found that the kids experienced fewer ADHD symptoms after completing an 8-week mindfulness training program with their parents. The program also helped parents with stress management. Similarly, research suggests that yoga and Tai Chi might also be helpful as alternative therapies for people with ADHD. One such study claimed the participants who practiced yoga regularly along with following their daily medications reported improvements in hyperactivity, anxiety, and social problems. Number 6. Behavioral therapy. Behavioral therapy aims to modify the problematic tendencies of the child and tries to provide solutions for them. According to a meta-analysis of 174 studies published in Clinical Psychology Review, behavioral treatments for ADHD are highly effective. In this regard, the role of parents and teachers is the most important. As parents, this might involve setting up small manageable goals for your child and rewarding them for accomplishing these goals. Also, parents need to make sure that they appreciate every accomplishment of their child. As teachers, this might involve giving straightforward instructions in class and announcing the consequences of not paying attention ahead of time. Teachers can also try contingency management techniques, where they would make daily report cards of the child. That may outline how well they met their behavior goals, like turning in the homework or speaking in turn throughout the day. Number 7. EEG Biofeedback. Another interesting way of treating ADHD is EEG Biofeedback therapy. It is a type of neurotherapy that measures brain waves to study distraction patterns of a person and then uses it to teach focusing techniques. A typical example of an effective EEG biofeedback therapy would be a visual representation of a person's brainwaves as he shifts from focusing on something to being distracted. It could be a video game, where a child would have to focus on something to keep the game running. It is such great therapy for the treatment of ADHD symptoms because you don't need to dictate anything, and the child learns new focusing techniques and corrects his ADHD symptoms on his own. Finally, to summarize, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or in short, ADHD, is a condition in which a child may experience difficulty in paying attention and controlling impulsive behavior. Usually, doctors prescribe medicines for the treatment of ADHD symptoms that work by enhancing neurotransmitters within the brain and body. Although these medicines can help improve symptoms, they are usually accompanied by side effects, like trouble sleeping, loss of appetite, and even heart problems. Due to these side effects, more and more parents are looking toward alternative therapies and natural remedies to treat ADHD. The 7 tips and techniques to treat ADHD symptoms without medication include eating a well-balanced diet and avoiding food colorings and preservatives, looking out for food allergies and avoiding allergens, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, including meditation and yoga into the daily routine, setting up small goals for the child to trigger a behavior change, and using EEG Biofeedback therapy. With that, we come to the end of our video. We hope that you benefited from this video. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family. Want to see more videos like this one? Please subscribe to our channel, Welcome to Wellness, and press that bell icon as well, so you never miss another video. We'll see you in another healthy video. Until then, take care.